we were talking about the essence of precept before the break. Right? This is one reason why you want to go through the ritual of transmission. If you don't go through that, you won't receive the essence of precept. Okay, then you don't have the precept with you, and this is really helpful in your cultivation. Another reason for this is that there are spirits to protect you. Chinese say 护戒善神, people usually translate as precept, protecting spirits. That means these spirits are protecting precept. And it's not, it's protecting you guys. The preceptees, that's why here it says preceptee. It's preceptees. Okay. And Chinese need to add another catch to that. How does this work? This is the master's commentary. Let's talking about 5 precepts. If you can uphold 1 precept purely, there are 5 these spirits to help to protect your safety. Okay, it's not to protect you from violating the precepts. It's not. It's the essence of precept. Help you not to break the precept. And these spirits protecting you, just like your bodyguard. Okay, put it that way. You uphold 1 precept, you have 5 bodyguards. And you uphold 5, you got 25. You got a whole group of bodyguards following you. It's wonderful. So, and this is in the that is not only the master saying that. There's a sutra called the Sutra of 4 Heavenly Kings. Says exactly the same thing. Okay, it says this it depends on how many precepts you uphold, and those chakra will send the spirits to protect you. And this is more detailed. And for each precept you uphold, and the chakra will order 5 spirits to protect you. Exactly just like the Zen Master said. Okay, so Zen Master didn't invent that. That's from the sutra. And you see that the function of this preceptee is spirits is there's a preceptee's misfortune, and these spirits will guard the preceptee's doors, really sending outside the door, like the guards. Their misfortunes, illness, etc. will be eliminated. They will have these preceptees have no nightmares, and you won't run into the problem with laws, robbers, blood, fire, everything. So he said, wonderful. And these spirits, of course, you can't see them usually. Okay, but the Zen Master, I don't have an English translation yet. The Zen Master, when he was explaining about Sutra, he said that this Bodhisattva is a young disciple of his, and he said the Bodhisattva uphold other precepts very purely. Why? Because the Zen Master said that he saw the preceptees, protecting spirits, always following. So the Master could see those spirits. So whether you uphold the precept purely, the Master knows about it. If you break the precepts, of course, he knows. That's one reason that many disciples were very afraid of seeing the Zen Master. Because they knew the Master understand them better than themselves. If they have any bad thoughts, the Master saw that right away. And whether you uphold the precept well, he knew. So this is not joke, actually. I want to tell you a story. There was one robber. He's a professional robber. Okay, that's it. And one day, these thieves don't go to work in the daytime, right? In the morning, he has something to do. So he just walk around and somehow he end up in a Buddhist temple. And he was very curious what's going on inside. And when he entered the temple, he saw a sign there, say 5 precepts. So these are for the 5 precepts. First one, no killing, no stealing, etc. So he looked at the 5 things. He was pondering, no killing. Are you kidding? No killing. You raise chickens and ducks. Want to enjoy those because he can afford that. Then stealing, do you think he can afford the stealing? He said. Unless he changed his job, right? He was a professional thief. So if he changed, only when he changed his job, then can he afford it? So that's no. The third one is sexual misconduct. No. The fourth one is no lying. He scratched his head. No, it's possible. Possible. And alcohol, of course, out of nowhere. So all 5 precepts, only the first one, not lying, is possible. It's a possibility. So he decided to take that. Take the 1 precept, no lying, and then let them warn. So he has 1 precept with him. And in the evening, it's time to go to work. So he was going to a place with all his friends. They gathered there, want to go to do their job. On the way there, he met his uncle. And his uncle knew about him, right? So I asked him, where you are going? Before that, before he received the precept, he could lie to the uncle, right? He was going to lie, but he thought, I just received the precept. I'm not lying this morning. How can I lie? So he couldn't answer for the uncle where he was going. And the uncle knew right away, this guy is not up to a good thing. So dragged him home. So he had to call him sick. And all his friends went to rob the group army. It's army and money. They went to rob the army. They were all caught by the army. Then this in China, there was no law. And these thieves were caught and killed right away. Right away. His life was spared by that precept. So just even 1 precept help me. So how come he met his uncle? He never met his uncle when you went to go to work. That only happened that day. Met his uncle. And so his uncle sort of saved his life. Probably the uncle was sent by these spirits. So this is one example why it is a receptive protagonist space in the film. So these are I think it's the 2 main reasons, and I thought it's a very powerful reason why you need to go through the ritual for precepts transmission. You have precept, essence of precept, you have the spirits to protect yourself, your safety. Okay. Is that worthwhile to receive the precept? If you don't go through the ritual, you don't have them. So I think this is the 2 major reasons why you want to still go through this trouble of receiving the precepts. The next, I want to talk about how many precepts are there. You have, I can share the slides with you guys later, so you don't need to keep busy and copy that down. The first one, of course, 5 precepts, right? The next level will be a precept, right? And we are going to receive that tomorrow. Then another level is like the 10 precepts. 10 precepts numbers precepts. With the numbers are for the 10 precepts. Anyone knows the difference between the A precept and 10 precepts? Is the difference is two precepts, right? Only one. Only one. You are right. Okay. Only one. We can explain that later. Okay? When we talk about every set, you know why it is the difference only one. Because this every set, actually there's one precept can be split into two. They become 9 precepts there. So the only difference is only one precept. Then the numbers 10 precepts. So after that, of course, there's a picture precept. Picture precept is 48. And then 48 for picture. So these are pretty much we call the Shavaka precepts. And all the different traditions, Buddhism, like Theravada, Mahayana, Theravada, Tibetan, these precepts are very, very similar, especially the first 5 precepts, 8 precepts, 10 precepts, almost exactly the same. You go to Abba Devi, their numbers receive the 10, exactly 10 precepts as our numbers. And Bishop precepts a bit different. They have 227. But the difference is only minor precepts. Okay? So we are no superior than the Theravada monks. Even though we have 250, they have only 227. But it's essentially this. So these are this category of precepts called the Shavaka precepts. They are almost identical throughout different traditions. But then the second category is Bodhisattva precepts. You guys are ready to receive them. This is very unique Mahayana. Tibetan was as Bodhisattva precepts, but they are considered as Mahayana. And Theravada don't have Bodhisattva precepts at all. They don't have. They really talk about Bodhisattva. Even Bodhisattva, they really talk about that. Not to mention precept. And for Bodhisattva precept, you have the Bodhisattva precept, you guys have received 6 major and 28 minor. And there's monastic, we monastic receive another type of Bodhisattva precept, 10 major, 48. This is taken from the Brahmana scripture. Okay, so these are two different Bodhisattva precepts. So we'll go through this quickly. Running out of time. 5 precepts, I think you guys all know, right? Killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, tasking. So next table is a precept. So on top of this 5, you have 3 additional precepts. The first one is you don't wear flowers, fragrance, jewelry, perfumes and stuff to beautify yourself. So you don't wear that, no cosmetics. The second one, you don't sit on high luxurious bed. Not only say you don't lie, you don't sleep on it. Then the second part is the entertainment. You can see these two are very different, right? That's why this can be split into 2 precepts. And there are other places they actually they combine this one with one of these into one. So this is not always these 2 things combined into one. Some places combine this with, I don't remember it's combined with this one or that one. But anyway, these are actually 3 precepts. In numbers, these are 3 different precepts. And some places combine 2 of them into one, just like we combine 2 of them into one. And there are different groups that combine the art and other two into one. About the last one, this is most troublesome to let people refrain from eating pesky things. People have lots of questions about this. And all of that. We can talk about that later. Now, before we go on there, here it says 5% plus refrain from these three. This is 5%. The third one is sexual misconduct. The 8% is the third of the 8% exactly like this. It's also refrain from sexual misconduct. It's not. It's not. Okay. For 8%, it's totally sexual. Any sexual activities are prohibited. Any sexual activity is prohibited. That's why I close this down. That's why the 8% actually is a monastic precept. That's why I say here, 8% is monastic precept for deity. Because this is I said the 8% plus another precept, John Numbers 10 precept, right? And exactly the same. And Numbers is a monk. So the difference between deity and the monastic is this precept. The difference lies on this precept. This is the most important precept. Differentiate day and monastic. Day precepts, you can have married couple can have relation and sex, but when you uphold the precepts, even married couple are not supposed to do that. That's why these precepts you can uphold only one day, one night, because it will be difficult for marriage couple. For deity. That's why this is very expedient way the Buddha designed that let people to experience the life of a monastic, the pure life of monastic. So this is a major difference. The difference between the lay Bodhisattva precept and the monastic Bodhisattva precept also mainly because of this. Only because of this. Okay. You talk about the labels of the 6 major and 28. We are supposed to talk about this today. These are just books that people know. You guys all have a handbook, right? There are handbook here. This big book here. This is compiled by the effort must be together with some of the monks. And this is a major thing, and the bilingual. I think there is also the Vietnamese version. So this is we follow this book, we divide it into different sections. Then the 5 precept sutra, this been translated into English. Michael just a couple of weeks ago helped us to publish the English. I sent the bilingual version to everyone by email. I think you should have received that. If you haven't received that, let me know. That's only sutra only, okay? Just sutra only. Then there's a commentary. That's what I'm talking about. I was talking about this commentary of the sutra. It's Chinese only. Sorry about that. And it's worthwhile. So these are the reference book. And then for the Bodhisattva precepts, that's the Tianyin Master in Taiwan has a lecture. And unfortunately, this is only Chinese only. For those Chinese readers, you may want to get hold of it. I think this is also available online. And this is the book I'm talking about, the handbook of the Bodhisattva precept. Now, let's take a look about the major precepts, the Bodhisattva precept. The first one just like 5% killing. The second one, the 5% is what? The second 5% is what? Stealing, right? The third one, 5% sexual misconduct. This is not okay. But the order doesn't really matter. Third one is the sexual misconduct. So you see, it's also written from sexual misconduct. Exactly like 5%. So these four precepts are, you can say, essentially the same as 5 precepts. That's why I said 5 precepts is very important. Only after you fully understand the 5 precepts can you uphold the Bodhisattva well. And if you don't understand the 5 precepts well, there's no way you can uphold the Bodhisattva well. And so don't overlook the 5%. But I want to emphasize. The number 5 of the 8 precept, the 5 precepts as well. Intoxicants, right? You'll be surprised you don't see that here. It's talking about other people's fault, gossiping, talking about this is a major reason. The last one is related to intoxicants, but it's not consuming. It's stealing, it's selling intoxicants. That's strange. Instead of consuming these intoxicants, 5 precepts is refrain from consuming intoxicants, right? So does that mean that you can use intoxicants after you take the Bodhisattva precept? You have more freedom, right? It's not a major precept. The intoxicants is one of the minor precepts. Second one is minor precept. What do you think? Is that fair? 5 precepts is one of the 5 precepts. And in the Bodhisattva precept, it's only a minor precept. Does that make sense? That's right. Yeah. When you sell intoxicants, you affect a lot of people, not just yourself. But the question is, when you take the 5 precepts, the first 5 precepts refrain from taking intoxicants. Now you are taking the Bodhisattva. Does it say that it's okay for you to consume intoxicants? Because it's not a major precept. It's only a minor precept. It looks like that this precept is it's not that important in the Bodhisattva precept, but it's important in the 5 precepts. It's one of the 5 precepts. Right? But as a matter of fact, the 5 precepts, the reason why they don't divide into major and minor. It's not like Bodhisattva precept divide the 6 major and 28 minor. If you do that for the 5 precepts, you'll have first 4 as major precepts, and the number 5 is minor. Okay. You can commit heavy offense, lose your precept, if you break the first 4 precepts: killing, stealing, sexual misconduct, and lying. You could lose your precept, but you won't lose your precept no matter how much wine you drink. Is that a good news if you are an alcoholic? You'll never lose precepts, okay, no matter how much you drink. That doesn't mean that you can drink. It's only say that it won't be a heavy offense. That's why it's actually a minor. That's why I say the 5 precepts is very important. You have to understand thoroughly. Otherwise, you're just confused. Why now it's become a minor precept? Because the 5 precepts There's two categories as well. First four are major, and the number five is minor. Jack, do you have a question? Actually, that's the reason why the Buddha has refrained from consuming Tuscan as a five weeks. You know, you can find alcohol legally everywhere, right? So long as you reach the legal age. So in Tuscan, the alcohol itself by itself is not anything wrong. It's because when you are intoxicated, you can do bad things. Where if you lose your control, you can steal, kill, everything. There's a story where I don't have time to talk about it. I think that happened a lot. Anyway, so this is a difference that people know. We'll go through this quickly, just this overview, and later on there will be more detailed discussion. So the first one is you need to make offering to your parents and teachers. So this is talking about filiality, right? And as a good person, you're supposed to feel with your parents. The second one is the non-intoxicants. The third one, you need to visit the sick person, people. This one, you need to give to the needy. This can be tricky these days because some people, they are not in need. They want to buy drug. Right? So this is something that you have to make a good judgment, use your wisdom to say whether this is a really, this person really needed. And this one is you need to pay respect to seniors and elders. This not, of course, when you see the monastery, you have to pay, respect them. Even lay people, laity, they are more senior than you, you have to be respectful to them. Number 6, when you see people break precepts, you don't become arrogant. You thought you are better than them. They break precept, I don't, I uphold superiority. You don't want to have this kind of thoughts, arrogant thoughts, then you are better. So this precept itself actually is only talking about your mind. You can pay attention to all these precepts, see if there is anything else talking about the mind alone. Usually it's talking about your body, your mouth, and your speech. And mind, right now we only see this one, talking about the mind. Number 7, this is what concern people enough. You have observed 6 fasting days a month. What fasting day means is a precept. You have to uphold a precept 6 days every month. Okay, that's why we are going to translate the 8 precepts tomorrow. And you probably also notice on Friday, and Friday is actually the day you need to uphold the 8 precepts after you receive the precept. There are certain 6 days we'll talk about that later. So this 6 days actually is fixed in the calendar according to the lunar calendar. Then you need to go to attend the Dharma lecture. This can be tricky as well because these days there are lectures all over the place, all over the internet. And you don't want to take sunglasses, take properties. Number 10, you don't drink water that condensed stuff. This probably don't happen anymore because the tap water is drug-free. Unless you go to the wilderness, there's no tap water, you have to drink from pond or and you don't travel alone through dangerous places. This is so that you won't run into trouble to protect yourself. And you don't stay overnight alone in the convent. This is talking about men. You don't want to stay alone in the nunnery, nun's place. Because with women, they don't stay alone in the monk's place. And you beating people because of money issue. You don't offer leftover food to the assembly. And this, I think there's some flexibility here. Because one thing we need to remember, these precepts were established at least a couple thousand years ago. So many things has been changed. Like 2,000 years ago, there's no refrigerator and there's no freezer. And in hot weather like this, the food you left over overnight, it's going to spoil, right? You don't offer the spoiled food to people, to monks, to nuns. But now we have refrigerator, we have freezer. So we still eat leftover food from yesterday because they are kept in the refrigerator, they're still good. So there's some flexibility. That's why let's bring up that when we study these precepts, we don't just follow the word by word. Okay, we have to understand the principle. What's the principle behind that? Okay. Otherwise, the teaching staff will break the precepts already. They offer us leftover food a lot, many times, especially for the major events. There are many leftover food. Usually they prepare more food than expected. Then people come. So there are lots of leftover. Usually we have most leftover food at the major events. And you don't raise this predatory animals because they kill, right? You raise cats kill mouse, and you are involved with the killing cycle. This is, I don't think it's related to most people. This is talking about in the old time in the farm, people raise cattle, raise horse to help cultivate the land. And you need to do something, it's called a pure giving. This procedure, we don't talk about that now. And you fail to keep rows, ball and the slab. This actually is 3 rows, 3 rows. We monk has 3 different rows. Sometimes we see us as yellow, some brown. We have 3 different types of rows. And for monk, we have 3 different rows. Then of course we have wall. And thin sand, we don't use that anymore. In the past, the monks use that. As a native person, why do you keep these things? These days, you probably don't need that. In the old days, it's required. If you want to become a monk, you have to have these things with you. If you don't have 3 rows, you don't have a bow, you don't have a thin staff, you are not allowed to become a monk. And a couple thousand years ago, this material very scarce. A piece of rope can be very expensive. Not everyone can afford. So if those people who are poor and want to become a monk, but they can't afford robes, then they can become a monk. And if you know that you have these things at home, you can offer that to this person, right? And you can help them fulfill their wish to become a monk. You're helping them a lot. So the purpose is to help. You are Bodhisattva, you want to be helpful. So you help people to become a monk. That's the purpose of that. But these days, these laws are everywhere. Everywhere. You don't need that. Nobody will when you become a monk, they won't ask you, do you have 3 robes? Do you have a ball? No, no. We have plenty of that, mountain of that here. We won't accept, so you don't need to keep those, okay? After you receive the precept, you don't need to go to buy the 3 robes and the ball, but then no, you don't need to. So this is outdated. And this is talking about power. You need to use clean water to irrigate. Very obvious is if you use dirty water, you may kill the bugs. So it's refrain from killing. Or you can just use the then crop and then you don't no water is involved. And this is talking about you when you're doing business. You need to be honest. You don't use water measures. And number 20, this is talking about married couple. And married couple can have sex, but if they have sex at wrong time, wrong place, they break this precept. Of course, they can't have any conjugal relation during the 6th fasting day, right? And other than that, they can have sex, but not in the right place, but right time. Improper time is like the daytime. You don't do that during the daytime. And wrong place is like a public place. You don't do that. Something that is. This is talking about tax evasion. Here, only talking about business. But in those days, there is no income tax. Right? Income tax is a relative new. Like in Taiwan, there was maybe like 30, 40 years ago, started with income tax. So this should extend to any tax evasion, not just for business people. So if that's the case, then you can cheat your income tax. No, I said, after you receive this, you don't do that. As a good person, it's a good citizen, you evade tax anyway. You don't break laws, okay. Including traffic law, don't speaking when you drive. Okay. And you have to offer food to the preachers before you eat. When you get the fresh food, after receive the precept, you need to offer that to the Buddha, Dhamma, and Sangha. Sangha talk about the sage Sangha, not ordinary Sangha like me. So you don't need to offer food to me before you eat. This can be very simple, just like how we do in the planning hall. Before you eat, you check the anxiety, the rituals before you eat. Sure. It's just a way to show your sincerity, your thought of mindfulness of the rituals. And this is when you are in the temple, you don't just go ahead to teach Dharma without permission from the Sangha. And I'm sure you won't do that, and this is one of the precepts. And you don't walk ahead of monastics. The monastics, including fully ordained bhikshunis, even novices, you don't walk ahead of them. Michael? Yeah?
So you said on breaking the law that you should not break the traffic. That's when I was sitting outside at a this was also very important to not break laws and not or being by traffic limitations of so he was very eager to rub all that, right? But he thought everybody else was or time if you want, but it's good process. So I want to mention that you could see the circumstances around you and your action is still full intended. You elaborate on that, how you don't do something maybe on that, but really breaking it off and putting it on.
Otherwise, it's, so in that case, you are not breaking the law. It's, I think it's a flexibility then. You don't just stop to that speed limit. Yeah. If it's a foggy day, you say 60 miles, and you also still drive 60 miles. Yeah. You can, yeah. Right. It depends on the situation. So in that case, it's okay. You have advice to follow the traffic. Otherwise, people will hit you on the back. You'll get rear ended. So this is something you show your respect. You don't want to walk in front of monastic, especially you don't want to pass them. Okay. Of course, if you have urgent things to do, you can pass them, but you need to sort of make a gesture to the monastic, tell them, so that they understand you have something urgent to do. So when you come out from the Buddha hall after the ceremony, you don't just run first, come out first. You have the monks be first. This is talking about when you are chance to serve the monastic, you need to be fair. Like in the major events here, the monks and nuns will sit on the stage in the dining hall, and lay people will come. So there are certain lay people will serve the monks and nuns. And if you are one of the people who serve, you need to be fair. You don't want to give better, more food to the monk, your favorite monk. Okay, and this monk, if you don't like him, forget it. It's not so. You don't raise silkworms, it's obvious. Boy killing, and you abandon the sick man on a trip. This can also be something we need to talk about that. For example, you are driving and the freeway saw accident and people got injured. Do you want to stop to help? It's better that what you do is call 911, right? Call the ambulance, the first responder. One thing is you don't have the skill. You're injured. If you handle the injury the wrong way, you can make the injury more serious, right? So you need training to do that. So the best thing is you call the ambulance. And those first responders has the experience, they have the training. So these are something that we need to adjust and think about what's the best that to do. So these are the quick run through the 28 minor precepts and the 6 major. And after like tomorrow, start to discuss these precepts in more detail. People have any questions? Quick questions. Don't ask more too detailed because those will be covered later. Could you have a question?
I have 2 questions regarding the
You can hear it. The microphone.
Hi, Dr. I have 2 quick questions on the 6 fasting days. The first one is, okay, during the 6 fasting days, I asked you to fast before, Pastor say it's a 6. But let's say due to unforeseen circumstances, for example, my work have a customer appointment, okay, can I change it to another day?
precepts that has exception. Okay, it's not all rigid. So my answer is yes, but you have to make a good decision. Okay, you don't change the days arbitrarily. You know, you get the habit and the experience that today is I'm not in the mood of uploading every cell change to a different day. Okay, you need to have a good reason to ask for an exception. Okay? Don't overdo it. We say Chinese says 方便变成随便。Right? Experience becomes a occasion.
My second question, quick question is, how do I observe the 挂五出食, the fasting days in the flight, flying through two zones? For example, from US back to
That's an exception. That's an exception. Okay, don't worry about it when you fly.
Oh, so don't bother.
Don't worry about it.
Okay, thank you.
I don't follow that in that flight. And the master said that no, don't worry about it. So that's a holiday for us. We can have 2 meals, right? We can have, before we land another meal.
So if I change jobs to a flight attendant, I'll be okay with that.
So you need exception all the time. We'll talk about the precept tonight. I happen to be the speaker. Sorry.
There's along these minor precepts that I think I'm gonna have part time holding.
And
What if there's all these like minor precepts, I think that we'll have a hard time upholding precepts.
no, it's only for 5 precepts. Okay, not 8 precepts, not the Bodhisattva. You need to uphold everything. Otherwise, you don't uphold it. 5 precepts is good enough. Actually, you have 25 body tasks already. If you uphold all 5 of it, it's not enough for you. If that's not enough, you have to uphold all the 6 measures and then you mind. So you have to decide. And you can't just cherry picking, just choose some around your life. Does that answer your question? So I don't exactly understand your question, Jason. You want to?
I think the question is some of these precepts, I think I would have a hard time holding, and not the major ones, and not the 8. Right.
So your question about those precepts is what? Can you not follow them strictly? Is that?
I think yes. I think I would have a hard time following it strictly.
Hard time following doesn't mean that you can follow them.
Right.
You just have to make your effort to follow them.
I think it's hard time to put effort to follow it, that's correct.
Maybe we can talk about that in person, just which
Maybe one more month when we talk about this in detail.
okay. Okay. If that doesn't resolve your question, we can talk that in person. Because I need to know which precepts you feel difficult in following them.
Okay.
Okay. Unless you want to let everybody know which precept.
I don't
You don't mind?
I don't mind mentioning, and if you think it's too detailed, we should talk about when the time comes.
Yeah.
I think it's the business tax precept, the 21.
Uh-huh.
It's, yeah. So we can talk more when we talk about it in detail, but I'm just showing that right now in general. For things, yeah, I think raising cell phone might be easy because I don't do it. Okay.
Yes, we make it a prerequisite. You need to not only have received the precepts, but you need to attend this class. Yeah, there are people who has already received the precepts already, but they don't attend us. They are not allowed to attend the Bodhisattva. So only you guys are eligible, but not everyone was accepted. Well, we know now, but I think you probably know already. And of course, another condition is that you need to study hard during this week. If you are too casual before you even come to the class, then we'll remove your acceptance. This is not to threaten you, but it's good for everyone. You want to learn the precepts, right? You need to speak in English. See the 28 minor precepts, 6 major, doesn't talk about how many you need to be a vegetarian. The monastic Bodhisattvas require that. Yeah, the monastic Bodhisattva precept. There's one minor precept, refrain from eating meat. Another precept, refrain from using punching plants. Those are two things that are very clearly in the Bodhisattva, monastic Bodhisattvas. But this association, take those two things, become a requirement for even 5 precepts. It's with good reason, actually. Because I think one thing is that the precept itself is the minimum. It's the minimum. You don't feel satisfied by just following the precepts. You want to be better than that. You don't want to be just passing grade, right? So you want to be better. And another thing is you have to consider about the causality. The precept, there are actually 2 different types of offenses. One type of offenses is break precept. You're breaking the precept, and this one offense is breaking precept. Another type of offense is because karma. You kill a person. If you are not Buddhist, you haven't had precepts. You don't break precepts, right? You don't have that type of offenses, but you create a bad karma, right? Retribution will come to you, no matter you are Buddhist or not. And that is something we need to consider as well. And if you eat meat, even though you don't break the precepts, you create bad karma. It's not good for you in the long run, anyway. And for the punching plants, and if you're familiar with the Sangama Sutra, you know, when you eat punching plants, when you eat raw, what's the result then? You have become a bigger temper, easily become angry. And if you eat cook, what happens? You increase your desire. Those 2 things are not good for cultivation, right? That's why better refrain from that. And another reason is that when you eat those punching plants, you smell. And the Buddhas, Bodhisattvas don't like the smell. They'll keep a distance away from you. When the protectors, spirits will be, but ghosts love that kind of smell. they'll come to kiss you. Really, it's, those smell just in your lips. So they come to dip your lip and they kiss you. So it's your choice. You want to be together with those, then go ahead and use those. It's something that we need to be taking into consideration. Not just the precept itself. I want to emphasize the precept is minimum. The minimum. And you want to be a good cultivator, you shouldn't be satisfied just holding the precept. Have any question? It's possible. When you break the minor precept repeatedly, they can accumulate. And so it's the essence of this. It's possible. But usually it's because of the major precept. You can easily just lose the precept because just one breaking violation will lead you to lose the precept. And another is that we have all the major organs in our body. If your heart is injured badly, will you be still surviving? If you lose then the precept, why the protectors will be still there? You don't have precepts, there's no reason why they still protect you. Right? They'll run away very fast. They want to go to vacation. Too much work. I think I'm supposed to cover some of the minor precepts, so I think we have about 10 minutes left. So it's talking about this precepts related to kindness and compassion. These are only like 3 minor precepts. These are the 3, right? The third precept, you need to care for the sick. The fourth one, you precept against failure to be charitable to people in need. Then the last one is very close related to number 3. You abandon sick people on the road. So these are the 3 precepts related to kindness and compassion. What this book do is that you separate precepts according to based on the major precepts. So the first one is killing, right? So you discuss no killing together with some minor precepts related to them. That's one first category. The second category, of course, is stealing. So you have a major precept, then some minor precept related to stealing. Then will be like lying and talking about speech karma. Actually, for lying, there's only 2 major precepts. One is lying, the other one is talking about people's fault. There's 2 major precepts. There's no minor precept. Those are one group category. Then number 4 will be the sexual misconduct, or maybe that's number 3. Then plus some precept related to them. And then the number we covered the number 5 already, number 6 with in Tuscan. There's a building in Tuscan. That's another category. And after that, there are still some minor precepts not covered in those categories. And those precepts are divided into the 3 categories. This is the last one. I think one is like you have to make offering. The second one is you respect for. The third one is kindness and compassion. So it's somewhat arbitrary to group them together, but it makes sense because they are related. So this is this category of minor precepts we are supposed to cover today. And these are actually very short ones, and we can go through that quickly. This will be the precept text. Okay, precept text. Those who read Chinese, we can read together, then we'll read the English together. 若有何在受此戒语，恶心不能专事定，是有何在得失意罪，不起堕落，尽有成。If then Bodhisattva who has received the precept fails to care for the state, due to evil occupations, he thereby commits an offense for losing mindfulness, failing to repent and reform will lead to a fall caused by such impure behavior. I want to caution you that the English translation was done a couple of decades ago. There are a lot of places need to be refined. And we were trying to do that, and we haven't done much at all. Sorry about it. We were hoping that by this time we have a new English version, but just now, okay. Hopefully next translation. Who knows? Next translation. So if you read the Chinese, you're able to understand Chinese better. The meaning, because the English translation may not be exactly what the Chinese say. So this says that you have an evil intent, unwholesome intent. You don't go to care for the sick. You don't want to see the sick because of your unwholesome thought. You don't like this person, you're not going to care for them. Okay? If you do that, you are breaking this precept. That's what it says. Okay? Fail to care for the sick due to evil motivation of intent in this offense. And this is a tricky, those 3 things. What does this mean? It's not clear even in Chinese. 不起堕落. So you understand this character, right? But what does it really mean? 不起堕落, 不尽有错. The Grandmaster Oyi has some explanation here. This is quite his explanation for 是菩提正意念，是世间三业念。So you guys understand Chinese, you can probably think about how to best translate it. Losing mindfulness, this is the good translation. This E becomes the mindfulness, but 正意念, right thought, okay, this is right thought, right, this thought. It's related to that you have a right thought, this one become awakening, body. So something that you don't know the meaning of three. Then 不起, 不起 literally means you don't rise. You know, you sleep there, you don't get up. 不起 that's all. The 改过自新, that means you change, you reform and renew. You want to reform, you repent and renew. That's called a qi. If you do that, that's qi. If you put qi, that means you don't reform, then you don't repent. So if you don't repent, you break the precept, you don't repent, then you will fall and fall into the lower destinies in the future. Instead of maybe fall into animals, also fall into the hell. 不进有做 this is talking about yeah, 是有做无做，有做而不进。So these are roughly the explanation. So this translation said that commit offense or losing mindfulness is for 失忆。Failure to repent and reform will lead to a fall, caused by such impure behavior. So this will be a boilerplate throughout the 28 minor precepts. And only the blue ones will change from precept to precept. The black ones will be throughout universal for the 28 precepts. So if you go to the next precept, so this is talking about the exception. Okay? And if you are sick yourself and you are unable to help, or you can find someone able to help this patient, then you don't need to do that. And you know this this patient has relative who can take care of him, then, and or they actually the patient itself can take care of themselves. Or this is the frequent sickness, it's chronic sickness. You just cannot do to take care of them all the time. So these are the exceptions for that precept. I'll share the slides with you guys later, so don't worry about copying that down. I went through this very quickly. And this is more exceptions here. Okay, you are practicing, and you don't want to pause your cultivation, or you are looking after another patient already. You just don't have the power, the ability, time to, or this talking about it's not only the sick, you need to care for them, you need to care for those and the poor people. Your question? Is that you or no one more?
What is the boundary? For example,
Depends on your ability, right? If you take everyone as you, everyone in the world, it's you take care of them. Going for the Bodhisattva, take care of everyone. And if you don't have the skill, take care of close one, and start them from there. You don't want to overdo it. You burn out yourself. You become sick. Somebody needs to care for you. Just make your decision. What's the limit? So this is the number 4 precept. Let's read this together as well. 若又不在受持戒语，见有其者，人随多少随意分语，空前观者，是不在perceive them 其多的信有主。Even the Bodhisattva who has received the precept fails to distribute an appropriate amount of what is requested upon encountering someone in need, and instead send him away empty-handed. The Bodhisattva thereby commits an offense to losing mindfulness, failure to repent and reform will lead to a fall caused by such impurity. So you notice the platform the same as the previous one. Only the blue ones, these are different. Chinese cells are the same. All the blue ones are different. So let's talk about the people to make a beggar come to the X. Hand out those things, and you need to give them something. And if you don't give, then in your practice method. But I think, as I said earlier, there are people who are not really need, right? They want the money to buy drugs, things like this. Then you have to make your decision whether this is a proper cause. I think here's other exceptions. If you don't have what this person requests, or what they want are illegal, like drugs, right? Or something that do not benefit them, and or you want to subdue them with skillful means, so you don't want to give them. Parents may do that, right? And if it's violate the laws, and so you don't give them under the law, or want to protect the center community. All these things, there are exceptions. To go quickly, number 28. Okay, so there's a minor process against offending sick people. It's to be the Chinese was 若有不善，说此见于行路之时，遇见病者不助三世，为求方便不足所在而失去者，所以不善的是一类所的自由者。Even the Bodhisattva who has received this wisdom encounters someone sick while traveling and does not go to check on person and arrange for their care and save the state. But instead of abandons them, you thereby commit an offense to losing mindfulness, failure to repent and reform your need to the fault caused by such impure behavior. We talk about this before. Somebody injured on the freeway, and supposedly you need to stop to see if you can open yourself. But it's probably not a good idea these days anyway. You have cell phone, you make a call, there's more, will help them better and quicker. So that's pretty much what we want to cover today. We are actually over time for a couple of days already, so we need to stop here. Send your question and for future tomorrow's meeting. I'm supposed to give another lecture tomorrow. That's night. Talk about healing, but I'm not sure whether I will be here. And I'll let you know why. But tonight I will give a lecture on the precepts. Okay. That's the transfer. The next transfer.